So, ladies and gentlemen, let's present the facts. In Team Jersey, we have Fizz representing, and in Cape Town, we have Kganya. And the topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, so exciting. We've got, what would you do with the Neymar transfer money if you were the technical director at Barcelona? How would you spend that money? And now we're going to decide who spends it the best. So just you know how present the fact works. You have 2 minutes to state your case. Then we're going to have a little bit of rebuttal after that. And then we see who wins. So starting off with you, Fizz. You get us off started. Fizz, present your facts.
Okay, so I've identified 2 problem areas. The main one is the defensive, and then the forward is just to replace Neymar. So I'm going to start off with my defenders and who I would go to or look to buy. I'd look at Marquinhos. It might be a bit of a tough deal to make because obviously he's playing for PSG. So my backup would be Virgil van Dijk. He's shown some experience. His market value is at 30 million. But I would offer anything between 30 to 50 million to try and lure him to the club. If I can't get any of those, I'd look at Konstantinos Manolas or Kalidou Koulibaly. They're also around the 26-year-old mark, so they're not that old. They're still going to give us a good few years. Then I'm going to identify right back because currently we have Sergio Roberto, who's quite a good midfielder, but he's playing at right back right now. So I want someone who's defensively solid and plays the position. So I'm looking at Cedric Suarez. He's had a good Euro. He's had a good Confederation Cup. His market value is sitting at 15 million, but I'll probably give anything between 15 and 20 for that. And then if I can't get him, I'm going for Serge Aurier because he's been looking to leave the club and he's had some issues at PSG, so maybe he's a bit unsettled. His market value is sitting at 15 as well, but I'd give him maybe 20 to 30 million. If none of these have gone well for me, then I'm going to look to a forward. And my forwards are Ousmane Dembele. He's young, he's 19, he's shown a lot of good ability. So I'm going anything between 50 to 60 million. He's valued at 33 million. Paulo Dybala is a risky one because first of all he plays for Juventus Champions League team. I don't think would get him, but he's an exciting one. But I'm looking at Bamidele Ali and Thomas Lemar as my last resorts. Very young, very good experienced players. They've been playing Champions League and they've been playing in their respective leagues, so they've been doing well. Thomas Lemar 40 to 50 million. Bamidele Ali 60 to 80 million. Thomas Lemar's valued at 24, Bamidele's valued at 45 million. If I can get these players, I think I have a good structure for the future. I'm looking at young players so that I can have longevity as opposed to getting someone who's very much experienced and ready to go. Thank you very much.
Fizz, gave you even a bit of extra time there. It wasn't right. But away, we hear you, Team Joburg there, represented by Fizz Lekoobs. Kganya, you know the rules. You got 2 minutes, my boy. Make it happen. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So my first problem area is the right back position. I don't think that Barcelona have really come to answer that question. I think for me, Cesar Azpilicueta needs to come in. I think it's long overdue. He's a Spanish boy. He's playing good football and he can cover at centre back. He's stronger defensively. He's valued at 30 million euros. So I think for Barca, they'll be looking in the range of about 50 million to bring him to the camp now. I don't think the next one is in the center midfield. I think that Andres Iniesta's time is running out. My man is getting old. Thiago Alcantara needs to come back home. La Masia product graduate needs to come back home this season. I see him going for about 65 million. He's valued at 40 million. He's defensively sound. He knows how to run a midfield. Busquets now won't have as much work to do defensively as he has someone like Alcantara to help him. And then up front, for me, Ousmane Dembele needs to come through. The boy is raw. 10 goals, 21 assists in 49 games. Rookie of the year in the Bundesliga last year. He's a capped international. He needs to come through. He's valued at 33 million euros, but I think, to be honest, he's going to go for over 100 million. I'm saying 120 million euros. That's the last bid that's rumored to be made by Barca. I think with his Champions League experience, playing next to the Lord himself, I think that he will become one of the greatest. So yeah, that's how I see it. Three players, easy buys. They are tried and tested players, bar Ousmane Dembele. But I think that giving 2 seasons and the boy is ready to do what he needs to do. And I'm spending 220 million euros, so I got 2 million change. Thank you.
Nice one, lads. Very good. Very respectful of the time. Now, gents, we get into the part of the show of Present the Facts, rather, which gets a little bit spicy. Let's keep it above board. Keep it clean. So, gents, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time for some rebuttal. So, gents, present your facts.
Can I go first? Zungz, I've heard most of what you said. I think I agree with most of what you said. Cesar is a good option. He's Spanish. He might come back. In terms of your midfielders and you buying Thiago, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Number one, he's playing for a world-class team. He's guaranteed a starting position there. So I don't know how you're gonna coax him into coming back into a club that has 11 midfielders. Literally 11 midfielders. They have a starting 11
He's
of
coming back
midfielders
home.
in the team.
He's coming back home.
Sergio Roberto. He's touted to be the next midfielder in Barcelona's team.
At right back.
So
At right back. He's touted to be the next midfielder at right back.
If you could let me finish, that would be great. If I could get my point across and you have your chat, that would be great.
But like your point's not making sense.
So in terms of Thiago, I see why you may be hyped, but I just don't know how you're gonna keep buying midfielders, because Barcelona's biggest issue is not their midfield. They have a lot of talented young midfielders who still have a great future ahead of them. In terms of Ousmane, I also thought about that, and I did mention the fact that we should try get him. But I'm just looking at the recent developments, how he's been suspended, bids have been rejected. I just don't know if he will be worth the amount that you're offering, because you will have to offer more than 120 million, because obviously Dortmund are holding out on him, and the way he's handled this whole transfer process has been poor. So once again, I'm going to stick with my guns and say, give me maybe a Bamidele. He's playing for Tottenham. I think his future is brighter than that. Give me a Thomas Lemar. A Paulo Dybala would be great, but I also don't see how that would work. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Bamidele and Thomas Lemar. Tell me what you think, boy.
You playing FIFA right now. That's what you're doing. You're just thinking of all these little boys that have potential. Why are we talking about potential? Why are we talking about potential? Dele Ali, for me, defensively he's not sound. He's not a defensive type of player. And Barca's issues are at the back. As soon as Sergio Busquets isn't playing, we have a situation where we have an Iniesta who's towards the end of his career, and we have a Rakitic who doesn't step up. So it's I think that Thiago needs to come back, because the reason why he left in the first place was for him to become a better player. He's now become a better player. He's got Barca in his blood. He's a La Masia product. He was supposed to be the next Xavi. It's time. The world deserves it. The world deserves it. You spoke about Serge Aurier. I'm not sure, hey? I'm not sure. I mean, you were chatting about how we can bring Thiago back to Barca. How do you bring Serge to Spain? Spain, they don't like black players. My man is always getting into trouble. His work, he's been arrested. Why would Barca worry about a player like that? Marquinhos, another player who's just good on paper. That's all he is, paper. That is the truth. How many League One games do you watch a season? How can you tell me that he needs to start when he was benching to David Luiz? David Luiz was starting over him. So I don't know. You came with some cute buys. I don't think you're brave enough.
Wait, anyway,
so maybe next time.
So you're talking about Bamidele and you're talking about defensive responsibility, but he's a forward. Did Neymar have defensive responsibility? I don't know. So we'll leave that.
I just told you the problem area is in the middle. I said the problem area was in the middle.
Let me speak. I actually haven't
Okay, lads. The rebuttal time is over. I mean, you guys could go on forever at this rate. You both got a chance to speak, to rebut there nicely. I tried to give you both a fair amount of time. I mean, we can be here all day. What I'm going to do now is that we're going to take a little break. We're going to invite the rest of the members of the jury to come and speak on this Present the Facts, and we're going to decide who the winner is. Stay tuned. Gents, I'm sure you guys will all agree that was a fantastic present the facts section there. Very, very well debated, gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause. You know, I'm only bummed because I haven't had to use these yet, but who knows? Who knows, Fizz? Who knows? But aware. Other members of the jury, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of time. That was hard to come out, but just give you a little bit of time to decide who won and why they won. So I'm going to start with you, Sansa. Just briefly, tell us who won the Present the Facts and tell us why.
This was very hard, but I think I have to go with the man in Cape Town, Kganya. I think the Thiago chat, the Spiliqueta chat, it made sense to me. I'm sorry, bro, but like it really made sense to me, especially with the fact that he highlighted the point that Thiago is a Barca player. He knows the system, and he would fit in very well. So yeah, that sold me. And yeah, congrats to both of you guys. That was a good argument.
Sure, and then I'm going to pass it on to Letu here in Cape Town. Who won for you?
I'm going to go with Kganya over here because he actually constructed his budget very well and his signings make a lot of sense. And he's signing established professionals and he's mixing in youth well. He's done well for me, so he wins.
Sure, thank you. Kaya, who you got?
Mine is a bit tough. I think they both made valid chats and both made flawed chats. But if I'm honest, I'm going to go with Fizz this side. And I'm honestly going to do it purely because Fizz gave me backup options. I'd like Zungz's options. Like Aspili was a great option. But Zungz didn't tell me anything. What if you can't get Aspili? What if Chelsea don't want to sell them? So Fizz gave me some backups, which I like. He came very prepared. So I'm going to give Fizz this one.
Okay, I actually would like to go now, Jeezy. I'm going to let you go last. But I actually just like to go because I want to talk about what Kaya is saying because I feel like the backup auctions was going a little bit over the top. I mean, that's not what we told the guys to prepare for. We told them, you got this money, how you going to spend this money? Are you finna present the facts right now? We can do it, boy.
No, wait, did you not agree that the judge does not vote for the floor is yours?
Okay, yeah, no.
You only vote if it's a split. If it's a split, then you vote.
I didn't vote. I was just saying what you're saying. I was just saying how you felt. Okay, I got it. I've got it. Jeezy, damn it. Jeezy. Who do you have?
It was a good debate, thanks. Congratulations to the both of you. But I'm gonna have to go with Kganya. For me, he sold me on Spiliqueta because Aspi fills in two roles defensively, more than just so he deals with two problems essentially. But it's like for me, that's defensively Barca's. He unchains the defense, makes it a lot easier for Busquets, and I think for Kganya.
So there you have it. Kganya is the winner of our first inaugural Present the Facts on the jury. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think Kganya won? Do you guys think Fizz got cheated? Let us know in the comments, guys. Always engage. That was Present the Facts. Well done, gentlemen.